Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life, and in today's video I wanted to give you guys my 30-day review of AT&T Wireless. I know I haven't made a video in a while, but I've been behind the scenes working on partnerships, testing AT&T, so I hope you guys bared with me and enjoy this video. So in a 30-day period, as you can see here, I pushed AT&T to the limits. I gave it a stress test, and I ended up on the last day with 190.4 gigabytes. And at the end of that day, I did an additional 3.2 gigabytes. So I pushed it way past the 22 gigabyte threshold. And, I enjoyed the services for those 30 days. That doesn't mean I'm going to turn it back in. I am going to continue testing. But in terms of that deprioritization limit and the network managing, AT&T doesn't really enforce it. For my testing, I was not throttled or deprioritized on anything. I went at everything full throttle, videos at the highest quality, streaming music at the highest quality, also gaming. And then with the unlimited premium plan, as most of you know, there is a small package for TV included, about 30 or so channels, and I also streamed that at full throttle, and I hadn't encountered any issues or any slowdown. Now, in some areas where there was congestion already, service got a bit tricky, but I don't really think that's because of the deprioritization. I just think that area is just congested. But other than that, as you can see, I did close to 200 gigabytes for that month. Next month, I won't hit anywhere close to that, but I wanted to stress test it for you guys to see if the deprioritization is heavily enforced by AT&T, and it is not in my findings. Now, Verizon and T-Mobile, on the other hand, they do enforce it a lot more, especially Verizon. A lot of customers have been emailing me saying that they're noticing a slowdown even before they hit the 22 gigabyte threshold. And in my findings with Verizon, when I tested them, I also noticed the same. I was one time at about 15 gigabytes, and I noticed my services weren't loading the same, apps weren't loading as fast, and video quality was streaming at much lower than prior. Now, I don't know if that's a glitch or if that's really Verizon's network management, but they are experiencing heavy congestion loads, just like T-Mobile, because they don't have a ton of spectrum to throw at the network like AT&T does currently. Now, I've experienced this with Sprint as well, but Sprint advertises it that in certain applications that you use, you don't get the same speeds. So say you're streaming, Sprint says we're going to give you 3 megabytes per second, and then gaming, we're going to give you 8 megabytes per second. So those numbers, that's just for an example. Those numbers probably aren't accurate, but just for an example that carriers can cap certain streaming platforms that you use to their liking, even if you don't hit the deprioritization limit just yet. T-Mobile does it as well. My partner, Tech Extremist, out in Phoenix, tests all services, and he says that if he's in an area where all carriers doing over 100 megabits per second, T-Mobile tends to load apps the slowest, and then his FaceTime experience with T-Mobile is also at a less quality compared to the other carriers. So these are just examples that I'm giving you guys. Like I said, I did not experience that with AT&T at all. Everything was full throttle, no issues. Services, they need a little bit of work here and there, small cells, optimization, turning up the power in some areas to cover them if there's a lack of towers. So I'm working on that with a partner of mine. Like I said, I'm working on a partnership, trying to get a 5G device in-house to test in the bigger cities. El Paso is not on the highest priority list, of course, of getting 5G services in phase 1 or 2. I think El Paso is going to be on a phase 3, 4, or maybe even a 5 when it comes to rolling out 5G services here in the city. But, Dallas, Oklahoma City, cities that are closer, I wouldn't mind traveling out there and getting some testing in for the channel for you guys from a consumer perspective. You know, as most of you know, I'm not part of any big tech blog or anything like that, but I'm definitely working on a partnership for you guys at this time. So I just wanted to make this video. Let me know if you have AT&T. I will also, of course, continue testing. I'm also bundled in with them, so I will get the services installed this Friday, I believe, with their Wi-Fi, the UVerse Wi-Fi and UVerse television. Didn't go with DirecTV. Wasn't able to get the dish installed, but I'll leave that for another video. But I will also test their coverage as well, probably take some similar trips that I've taken in the past with other carriers to see if AT&T matches or exceeds the experience. So that's it for the 30-day review. Just wanted to keep it real brief, down to the point. Also, let me know in the comment section down below if you're experiencing the same or have AT&T or plan on switching. So definitely leave all that in the comment section down below. Now, I just wanted to give you guys a few quick updates on the Sprint and T-Mobile merger. Like I said, right now everything is crazy. It's a back and forth thing. Every 10 minutes something new comes out. So I'm sure most of you saw that supposedly Google was involved now as a fourth carrier with Dish, trying to create a partnership. And then, as most of you saw, I'm sure about an hour and a half after that was released, Google came out with a statement saying that that was not true. They did not engage in any talks with anybody. So, like I said, right now, I'm waiting for concrete information. I want to hear, yes, this is approved. These are the concessions, and then make that video for you guys. All this other stuff really right now is just crazy, reaching. Also, to keep in mind, I've been in the sales environment for a long time, and these articles that have been coming out as of this morning, they are really reaching. They're saying now that Sprint completed the sale of their assets, their campus, their headquarters in Kansas City, and they're inching closer to the T-Mobile merger. Those are just normal proceedings. They've sold that campus months ago. The sale finalized, it closed. Now Sprint is going to lease back office spaces to, to keep running their business inside that same campus from the company that purchased. That's all it is. There's no indication of any kind that the merger is getting ready to be approved based on that asset sale. Those articles that are coming out, that's really just very, very much reaching from them, using that in their title to say that the merger is about to be approved. Like I said, it's just normal proceedings. The sale closed. Now Sprint is still going to remain in those same buildings that they have. They're just going to lease them instead of actually owning the campus. Actually a smart business move on their end. But so yeah, so leave all your comments in the comment section down below. Just wanted to throw those quick updates in there. Like, share, subscribe. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit all the notification bells so you're notified when I upload content. Also, make sure to follow my social media outlets for more updates like these. I also drop speed tests and such on that, so definitely stay tuned. This is Tyrone with Tech Life, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.